Okay. That famous plane is here. Now, what I think is interesting about this is that even though the plane landed in the Hudson River and everybody survived and the plane stayed afloat for a while, it still has a lot of damage to it. Like you see a hole there at the very front of it. You can see a big gouge right there, right in front of the wing. The whole belly looks like it's like falling out. You know, here's one of the engines that went bad when the geese flew into it. And so on. So I was kind of scratching my head about this, about where the damage came from. And you see a lot of dents along the very edge of the wing here, along the front. A lot of scuffs and everything. You can see the dents kind of highlighted by the light reflection. And anyway, it turns out that the aircraft landed in the Hudson River in January. So the river was full of a whole bunch of little icebergs because it was so cold. And the people evacuated from it pretty quickly. But of course the plane stayed in the river for several days after that until they could, the NTSB could bring out barges and cranes and extract it from the river. So during that time that it was submerged, it was beaten around and it sustained this damage because of the currents sort of jostling it and hitting it against the edge of the riverbank. And in addition, it was struck by a whole bunch of little icebergs. And when it was winched out of the river, there's a video over there that shows how they did it. These big chains were tied around the wings, and it was hoisted up. The whole aircraft was hoisted up with a crane. And I'm willing to bet that in addition, when it was being, the construction equipment was used to just lift it up out of the water, that there was probably some inadvertent damage to the aircraft done then, but by that point it didn't matter because no lives were at stake and the plane was already a total loss. Yeah, I remember where I was when this happened. When I heard the news about this, I was delivering pizza, and I heard it over the radio.